So, the transition into the second plane of development for children is a rebirth. That means that we're going to see brand new characteristics. We're going to see a different child at about this age. So, what is it that we start to see in children around the age of 6 as they transition out of the first plane of development into the second plane of development? Well, some of these characteristics are physical. We see, a change in their bodies. They start to lose their teeth. They get leaner. They lose some of that baby fat. Their hair gets coarser. So there's physical changes we can witness as children are starting to transition into a new stage of development. They also have incredible physical stamina. I remember one child in my class who was playing soccer at recess with the group and running on the field, and I noticed that he had blood dripping down his leg, and he was just irritated that I stopped to clean him up. He wanted to keep going. Like, injuries don't matter as much. Their bodies are stronger and they're willing to sort of run and play through anything. But we also can see some social and intellectual changes in the children as they move into this new stage of development. They become far more social. They want to work together in groups. So that's something we are going to witness. We see it toward the end of the first plane of development, that they are drawn to working in groups. We see that children start to think about their own sense of morality or their own sense of what is fair and unfair. They start to ask a lot more questions about what is right and what is wrong. They may, tell on one another, not with the intent of getting someone else in trouble, actually. That's not tattling. They just are going to a trusted adult to ask, is this right? Is this wrong? I thought I knew, but this behavior is happening. Tell me what's right and wrong. And that's an important part of that developing morality that they have as they're starting to be able to navigate their own sense of value. Children in the second plane of development become very interested in what humans have done. They have what Montessori called hero worship. They like to see the capacities of humans, and they like to learn about that and see it, because they start to think about what they themselves can do. So they'll have heroes in the classroom. They'll have heroes in the school, adults in the school, and of course, famous heroes throughout history will be appealing to children at this age. At this stage of development, the absorbent mind is fading away. It's no longer needed. A new type of mind is taking its place. We have children who can use reason, that they want to know the whys of things. They're going to ask deeper questions. They are no longer satisfied simply to absorb information. They want to know whys and hows and the interconnectedness of things. So the power of reason becomes quite striking at this age. And it, along with another power that elementary children possess, is the imagination. Now, imagination is a human tendency that we all have, but in the elementary years, the imagination is the way children really acquire knowledge, being able to think of things that they can't actually touch and feel. And the imagination and the reasoning mind work together to help children build to increasing levels of abstraction. They're going to move from concrete to abstract thought throughout these 6 years in the elementary classroom. We see in elementary children that tendency for repetition that was occurring under the age of 6 is not as satisfying either, and children need to repeat through variety and elaboration. And so the result of this is that we see a lot of what Montessori called great work in the classroom. Children want to do work that is inspiring, that is large, often in scope and sheer size in the classroom. And this kind of work is appealing to children of this age. So we want them to have the freedom to be able to do these great pieces of work, to inspire and ignite their interests. So we'll be talking a lot more about these characteristics of elementary children and how we respond to them and work with them in a Montessori elementary environment.